Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another video here on the SketchUp Kyle channel. My name is Kyle. In this video, I'm going to show you guys how I got to a 3D model that looks like this. We'll get into it. I'll show you guys all my material selections and how I go about designing in Google SketchUp. And what's cool is this is actually for a client of mine. I'll go ahead and clean this one up. But what I have here is I have to have two designs. So this is one of the designs here that's labeled. So what we're going to do is we're going to build the second design, and I'm going to show you guys step by step how I got to a point that it ends up looking like this. And then we'll even go in and I'll show you guys how I do all of the buttons. And yeah, we'll just have a lot of fun with it. And by the end of the video, you guys should have learned a thing or two, and we'll show you how to do the kitchen model. So let's get into it. I'm going to go back to the set here, and well, actually, why don't I just show you the model first? So this is a simple kitchen remodel here. This is the 3D plan. And again, I have all my buttons up here. I'm just going to go through them and show you guys what's going on. We got a range here with some subway tile, just some drawer banks on side to side, a wood hood here with a simple crown molding. And as we kind of continue to bounce through here, let me go ahead and hide these section planes. This is the backside of this island here, and they asked for a green island, so that's not a design choice by me. That's just what they were asking for. So as we get into some of these buttons here, you'll look at the sink wall, and this has the dishwasher, it has the fridge, it has an upper cabinet, it has two nice windows above the sink, and a trash pull out here. Let's keep it moving over to I guess this is a side view, just kind of looking at the side of the island. You can also now see this is an existing radiator bench cover that I was able to kind of mimic and just update. Let's go ahead and move it to this last elevation. This is the island front, really small island just because it's a really small kitchen, but that's where we're hiding the microwave, and you just got an extra couple drawers and a door for you guys there. So that is the simple layout here. Now let's go ahead and get started on the second floor plan. So this is what my designer drew for me. And I'm going to kind of go ahead and just show you guys how I do this. So if you guys did watch my other video that I uploaded the other day, it showed you how to just pull up your kitchen into 3D as far as like a massing model. And I think what we're going to do here now is, again, I took all of my 2D boxes here that are, essentially labeled. And now we're just going to go ahead and pull all that up. So I'm just going to start and just kind of pull mine up to the ceiling here. And now that says drawers, I know that is a 36-inch tall base cabinet there. Let me go ahead and type in 3 feet, 3 feet. I don't know when that goes down. Over here, we have a chimney with a hood above. So I don't know what that is. I think that's some kind of a big filler there. I'm going to go ahead and pull that up 3 feet. That's technically where the range goes. I'm just going to go ahead and pull that up for now. We're going to put a trash here. We're going to put a sink base here, a dishwasher here, and one drawer with two doors there. I'm going to go ahead and just erase all these extra lines on the back there. And then over here, we're looking at a pantry with two glass doors. Let's go ahead and pull that up all the way. And then we have another island here. So I'm just going to pull this up 3 feet, 3 feet, and 3 feet. And this is a new radiator cover, cushion and pillows on top. I guess I can show you guys how I put cushions and stuff on top of that. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull that up about 18 inches or so. And again, I'm using simple dimensions here. Benches are usually 18 inches tall. That base cabinets are 36 inches tall. And my ceiling height, which we measured, I think was 100 inches. So that's why I pulled up those. So now we have our 3D model kind of masked. This would technically fit in here really nice, but I'm just going to leave it kind of off to the side here. And let's get into the drawers and the fridge area. So typically, just me and my designer here, she gave me 38 inches, and I just kind of know that we're going to put a fridge kind of on, a 36-inch fridge probably in this unit here. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a, I think we actually want to go 1.5 inches off this side. Usually there's like a filler off the side of the fridge, and I'm actually surprised she drew it that way. Let me see. Are we really close to the side there? I have about 4 inches. I might even cheat over a little bit. Let me take some out of here. 2'7.5". I'm actually going to steal another inch out of that side there. So we have about 1.5 inches on each side. And that's typically, you don't want to put a fridge in the corner because it needs more space to be able to turn and open here. So we only have about 30.5. So I'm actually going to steal another inch or so for that, and just give that give that panel there an extra inch. Um, and that's just, I mean, I'm using knowledge that I've acquired from working with cabinet makers. So I'm not sure if this is exactly how it's going to be drawn, but I do have a good idea that it'll end up being close. So now we have our fridge location here. I'm going to actually draw down about 3 inches. That's where our crown molding will go. I'm going to pull these lines up here. These are the panels on the side of the fridge here, and then we'll just kind of make 2 doors above. And now she wants a drawer base, and this looks like an upper cabinet here. So I'm going to take this upper cabinet and pull that all the way up, 18 inches off the countertop will be our space there. And let's go ahead and let's just back that in there. And there is our upper. Now let's go ahead and draw the countertop. That's about 1.25 inches. We'll kind of just draw that corner around like that. And then from there, I'm just going to pull the crown around. And then we'll draw 2 doors. We'll just draw 2 nice tall doors there. And then let's look at this drawer base here. I'm going to go 4 inches up for our toe kick. And it doesn't really matter. This is going to be a 3 drawer base. I'm just going to come down about 7 inches. And then I'm going to split it in the middle there. So we have 3 equal, I guess not 3 equal drawers. You have 2 equal drawers and 1 smaller drawer on top. And then I'm going to get into drawing my doors. So I'm going to just draw some simple full overlay doors. I try to draw them as simple as I can. If you do work with cabinet makers, you guys know that these are drawn a little bit differently, but just for preliminary design and showing the client purposes, it's fine to show it just like this. So what I'm doing here is I'm just kind of making a door panel, essentially a drawer panel, and I make all of my doors and my drawers look the same. So I'm using 2.25 inches, and basically I use the offset tool here. I'm just going to click in, and you can start to see that it creates an offset rectangle. I can go outside of the shape or I can go inside of the shape. I move it inside of the shape, and then I just type in 2.25 for my 2.25, and then bang, that stays in there. So I'm going to continue to do that for the rest of the doors. And then I put in this extra little detail here. This is just another, basically just another edge where it just kind of creates some definition. I just do about 1/4 inch there, and that's that. So that's pretty much our cabinet right there. And now from this point, what I'm going to do is we're just going to click into it all. Well, let's make it a group. I want to paint it the same color that I used over here. This is the color cabinet that they asked to pick out. So I'm gonna hit my paint bucket tool. I'm using a Mac right now, so I'm gonna hold on to my command key. I'm gonna eyedropper that and then come back over here and just make that the same color here. And I'm actually gonna, so I had, the way I draw my door handles is I leave them 2D. If I go into rendering mode, I will extrude them. But for me, I just kind of make like about a 5 inch tall handle, a little more than a 1/2 inch wide. And then from here, I just kind of copy and paste my handles into my model here. And as we can get to here, I'm just going to copy both of those and put these guys right there. So that's moving there. And then we got 3 drawers down here. Let me actually just I'm just going to actually copy one of these vertical handles. Come on. And then let's just flip her sideways real quick. Okay, so I'm going to bring it down here. Use the center points, kind of line it up. Let's get another one in here. Another center point. Move that guy there. And one more. Oh, let's just raise him up just a little bit. Okay, and there we go. The fridge cabinet is beginning to take shape. I think now we will add, let's add that countertop on it. If you guys have your own kind of libraries, that's a good idea to have. But for me, I already loaded my quartz kind of Carrara marble into here. So I'm just using my paint bucket tool to paint these. I highly recommend if you go to, go to Google or whatever and type in Carrara marble texture. You can come into Google here and you can literally just like right click and save these textures and bring them into your models. So I can show you guys how to do that if you need to. Just let me know in the comments below. Or if you guys do have any other questions, please let me know what kind of videos I can make for you to help you guys learn in SketchUp. So for me, I'm just going to pull, now I'm just doing my final inch. Usually countertop overhangs by about 1 inch from the cabinet. And then I'm just going to push at the base of my cabinet, my toe kick. I'm just going to push that in about 2 inches. Sometimes it's 3 inches. Really, again, depends on the cabinet maker. But that's pretty much my cabinet box. And then we do have one more thing. We'll come at the end. I'll put crown all the way around that and show you guys how I do that. But for now, this is done. I'm going to go ahead and just drag this guy and drop him right into place. So that part of our model is good to go. If I wanted, we'll wait for the fridge and we'll get that guy put into there. I'm just going to double click into my floor plan here and we'll just kind of zip out all the lineage that we got there. Okay, so easy enough. Let's go to something easy here. Let's go do this pantry 2 glass uppers. So she wants a tall pantry. And I'm assuming she wants the 2 glass uppers. So it's going to somewhat look like this. Let me actually, this is really bugging me. I just want to make sure my walls are painted there. I don't know how I missed that before. Let me see. There we go. Let's click into that. Okay, so we're going to be drawing this now. This is a tall 2-door pantry with the glass uppers that she asked for here. And this is what we use as a starter. So let's go ahead and let's get into it. So we're going to take, I always leave about 3 inches for crown molding at the top. So I just draw my 3 inches of crown. On a pantry, I come up the 4 inches that we would for a toe kick. And then basically I'm just going to make a big dividing line down the middle. Again, this room's about 8'4". That's 100 inches. So for the top doors here, I think I came down just about 2 feet. That leaves us with about just under a 6-foot pantry door. So that's kind of how I divide up my doors. And then again, if you remember the 2.25 offset. So I clicked on the offset tool, I clicked into my shape, and then you can see I'm just moving my mouse inside, and then you can move it outside too. But we want to go inside. I'm just going to type in 2.25. That's my 2 1/4. And I'm going to continue to do that here. Now, just because I've worked with cabinet makers and stuff, I know that typically any door taller than like 48 to 50 some inches, cabinet makers usually want to split the door and put a divide into it, just because sometimes that's how doors warp. If they're too tall and they don't have a strong middle section, they tend to warp. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put that extra divide in there, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and copy my my door into there. So there we go. And then I'm going to come back in again with that 1/4 of an inch. So I'm just going, I'm hitting offset 0.25, and I'm going inside of my shape here. And you can actually, once you set a shape here, if I know I'm going to be doing, so I had to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I had to do 6 of these offsets. You can just click into one once it knows what you want to do. So if I wanted to change this to 1, so that just did a 1-inch offset there. Now everything I click will just continue to be a 1. So it kind of works nice with you like that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and just make all this a group. Let's go ahead and paint that cabinet, our wood, our wood stain color here. Let's go ahead and drop it into our model too. Locate it in here. And then what else do we need? We need some black handles, some door handles on this guy. So let's go ahead and click into our fridge model. I'm just going to copy those 2 guys, and okay, let's put it into here. So sometimes this does it. SketchUp is usually good at recognizing like what kind of plane you're on, but sometimes you just need to flip things and make sure they go in there. So that's what we're doing here. Let's go ahead and put the handles there, and then we get another set. Put that right there. So that's it. And then because we did say that she wanted glass up there, I'm going to go ahead and just go over to one of my colors in my model. I usually, you can select a glass, there's actually like a glass, you could do glass and mirrors, but for me, I like to kind of just use a gray tone. And that works as well. So there we go. That is our 2-door glass pantry. We're getting almost halfway there now. I think let's go ahead and build this new island here. Microwave with drawer below and then drawers. And this one's got a nice little overhang in here. So if you guys remember this one before, it did not. That's going to be a little bit tighter all the way around it, but I'm glad to see that we have an actual island where we can sit at. So we'll be able to throw some benches in there. So I'm going to go ahead and take my island here. I clicked into everything and made it a group right away. And now let's have some fun with this. I'm gonna go ahead and just because I just wanted to show you too. She asked she asked for it to be sage green painted with a butcher block top. So that's what we're going to give this client. So let's go ahead and erase these silly lines at the top. And then I'm going to come down. For a butcher block top, that's usually a little bit thicker than a countertop. So I'm going to give it 2 inches. And then I'll erase these lines here. And then this is my overhang line. So she gave it about 10 inches of overhang. So I'm going to take my push pull tool and I'm just going to push that wall that way. And that is our overhang. Let's go ahead and clean up some of these lines. I'm just going to continue to draw the overhang here. Okay. And then since we're drawing a base cabinet, I'm going to go ahead and put my 4-inch toe kick. 4-inch toe kick. Erase that line. For now, I'm just gonna push that guy in the 2 inches, 2 to 3 inches, depending on your cabinet maker. And then there we go. So we know that she asked for a microwave with microwave with a drawer below, and then on the right side here, it's going to be just drawers. So I like to come down on my drawers. I like to come down about 7 inches. We'll flip that over, and then I just divide these in half. Just for the design purposes, I like to just drag this extra line over because she said she wanted a drawer below. So let me go ahead and let's use our 2¼ inch offset and get all these guys a nice front panel on the drawers, and then we'll go ahead and offset another 1/4 inch there. And then here we go. This is our microwave spot. She gave us 2 feet to get a microwave in there. So I'm just going to do, again, this is based on the cabinet maker, not me. I'm just kind of doing an inset edge for about 1/2 inch. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to, typically you want to go, you can go to the 3D warehouse and download a microwave. But for me, I have a folder of already stuff that I've already saved. And I'm just going to kind of insert a microwave here. I think I have a microwave drawer, maybe. Is that what? No, that's an actual microwave. Let me get my microwave drawer. There's my MW drawer. And I should probably clean this guy up because I typically do this every time I bring it in. But I just want to make it just for the sake of a cleaner model. I just wanted to get the front of this guy. So, okay, so we have a microwave here, and I'm going to go ahead and just grab a corner and put it right on that corner. And you see how it kind of overlaps my current drawers. Let's go ahead and use the tools scale. I'm going to grab the middle node here, and we'll select that. And we'll grab this bottom node and select that. And we should be good to go. We have a microwave drawer now into our microwave. And now we can kind of have some fun and get some painted colors. So if you guys remember again, my client asked for a green island. So I already went, I went to Google here and I just typed in sage green paint. They asked for a sage green island. I pulled just a random sage green here. So that's what you're seeing. And then I just downloaded it into my model. So I'm just going to copy what I have over here and go ahead and just paint that guy there. And then I did the same thing with a butcher block top. My texture library, I did go find a nice butcher block top that I like here. And I'm just going to copy the other one from the island just for the speed of the video. So I'm just going to paint all my wood textures in here. And then I'm going to give it, that's pretty much done. I want to give everything just a small, about a 1/2 inch overhang on the island here. That actually went the opposite way. Not sure why. Let me pull that out a 1/2 inch. Pull that out a 1/2 inch. And then, yeah, basically we just need what? We just need some door handles. Cool. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and move this guy into our model. Let's put it there. I'm gonna erase everything on the floor here. Let's go ahead and get rid of that scenes tab. So we just erased, I'm gonna just erase everything on the floor since we know what's going on now. And I appreciate you guys if you're hanging out with me watching this video still. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up if I've said something useful, or if you like the video. That's very helpful for me. But let's go ahead and get now that we're starting to get, look at that, we got our island, our pantry, and our fridge all in there. I'm gonna go ahead and just copy all of these drawer handles. And so again, I leave my drawer handles 2D because typically it's. I mean, I guess I could do the extra effort to go ahead and extrude them, but for some reason I just like to leave them 2D in this early stage of the process. But there are our door handles. Let me go ahead and paint these suckers black, and then I will do one more black door handle down here. Very cool. Okay, good to go. So island, pantry, fridge, all done. Let's go ahead and finish. Let's knock out this. She's asking for a new radiator cover, cushion, and pillows on top. So I already drew a radiator cover here, guys. If you guys wanted me to show you how to draw something like this, I totally can do that. It's not something that's typically in most kitchens. It is I guess in this instance, it is a kind of rarity. Um, and what I will do is I'm just cleaning up these lines here. But I drew a radiator cover. I threw some mesh on the front of it to allow the heat to come through. And I think what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to copy this and make this one quick. I'm going to copy this and I'm going to drag it over to my other model here. And let's go ahead and go to the SketchUp warehouse. Let's look for a seat cushion. I'm just typing in the word cushion. These are all kind of pillow looking things. I'm going to click on models. So that's kind of like, this blue one's not that bad. Let me add the word bench cushion. Bench cushion. So there's like a longer one. Here we go. That one's not bad. I'm gonna go ahead and download this one. I think I'm in 2021. I can't remember. I'm gonna call this bench cushion and download that to the desktop. And from here, I'm gonna go into SketchUp, import, go to my desktop, and I'm gonna select that bench cushion that we just put into here. Let it load. All right, there's our bench cushion. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get it up on top of our bench. Cool. And now we kind of have, well, maybe I'll make it into two. We'll make two cushions here. So I'm just gonna scale this thing to fit my bench. And I can edit the color later. I'm not too concerned about that right now. Like I don't want a maroon one, but I'm gonna go ahead and I'm getting my sizing done here. I'm gonna go to that midpoint, and then let's go ahead and copy and paste a second guy, a second bench cover. Let's go ahead and get him into here, and I'm looking for that point right there. We'll pop him right there. And we'll bump him back looks like half an inch. Cool. So that's how you guys import stuff from the 3D warehouse. I like to just go to the Google, the internet one, and look for it. But there we go. And then if you guys wanted to edit the color, I'm gonna go ahead and just highlight that. And where is my bench cover? Why am I not seeing it here in my? Let me go to my home, colors and model. So I'm not seeing it there. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to come into here. Why can't I see? So I typically, when I work on a PC. I'm not really sure why I can't find Why can't I find my SketchUp material here? But if I wanted to change this color, I totally can. If I wanted to select like a yellow, you know, we could do something kind of crazy and just start to do some fun things that way. But I'm not gonna do yellow. Let's go ahead and we'll back out, and I'm gonna leave this. I'm just gonna leave it maroon for now. Actually, it looks like my maroon is right here. Let me go ahead and hit edit. Let's see here. I'm going to try and change the color of this guy, and very well. So I'm able to change the color now. If I want it lighter or darker, I kind of liked a nice dark. Maybe the blue's kind of cool. Let's just leave it like that for now, and see how it looks later. But there we go. That is our bench cover. Let's keep it moving here and get that final wall cabinet figured out. Curious why that guy is stuck. Why is he stuck? Half inch that way. There we go. Okay, so let's continue here. I have now I'm going to finish the sink wall here, which has our range on it now. So range in the corner, chimney hood above, trash, a sink, a dishwasher, one drawer, two drawers. So what I'm going to start with is I'm just going to draw my countertop in here all the way. I'm going to remove the range void here. So that's where our 36-inch range is going to go. Let's go ahead and knock out our dishwasher space as well. The 24-inch dishwasher space goes there. Eliminate some of these lines. And I'm going to go ahead and pull my upper up all the way to the ceiling as well. Let's go ahead and get that 18 inches off the countertop. Bang, boom. Just erase these lines. Okay, and then I guess let's knock out that upper real quick. Again, we do 3 inches off the ceiling for our crown molding space. I'm just going to divide this upper into 2 doors. And again, 2.25 inches offset, and then I'm going to offset another 25 inches or 0.25. And then what do we got here? We have 1 drawer with 2 drawers. Let's go ahead and get our 4-inch toe kick put on all of our remaining cabinets. Oh, keep snapping. So 1 drawer and 2 doors. I'm going to drop down 7 inches for my drawer at the top. Divide that into 2 doors. For a sink, I do the same thing. I kind of make it look like a false drawer front. And then we have a trash here. I'm going to put a drawer above the trash. And then I think we're just going to panel out that guy next to the range. I'm not sure what she was thinking of putting there, but I'm going to leave a small panel on that one. So let's go ahead and start to offset our cabinetry. Again, I'm using 2 1/4 to offset my panels of everything here. And I'm going to drawer there. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get 2 1/4 there though, but we will leave it. I suppose that doesn't look terrible. I'll see what she says there. But anyways, I'm going to continue doing my 1/4 inch now, just 0.25 offset inside of these panels to just give it a little bit more detail and definition. And then that's we're getting there. We're almost done. I'm gonna knock in the 2 inches of toe kick. 2 inches. Oh, sometimes it goes the opposite way. 2 inches, and let's go ahead and go 2 inches in. Use my eraser tool just to clean up some of these lame edges. And now let's get a sink put into this sucker, huh? Let's well, first I think what I want to do is I'm gonna make everything a group together. Let's go ahead and make that a group. I want to paint my cabinets real quick. I'm just going to select that wood color. Let's go ahead and get that done. And then let's go ahead and let's get one of the countertops. Get that countertop texture back in there. So we got countertop, countertop, countertop. That's our overhang. Just painting, painting, painting. And then we're going to draw a sink here. So she gave me a 34-inch sink base. I'm just going to kind of offset things by about 2.5 inches or so. Erase these lines here. Look like we need to repaint our countertop. I'm gonna go ahead and sink that in the inch and a inch and a quarter. And then typically there's like, at least 4 inches back here. So I'm just going to extend that to make room for the faucet. And then from here, what I like to do is I kind of just like to make like a small inside of about 0.25. And I'm going to go ahead and paint the inside of the sink with a metal material here. And then from there, I'm going to go ahead and just push my metal sink down about 6 inches. I can go ahead and paint the top of that metal sink there too. It depends if it's a double or a single sink. I'm going to make this a double sink. I'm just going to come up a little bit here and just create the partition for that sink. Let me get into here. Ooh. Let's just push and pull that there. Okay. And then sometimes like you can see it's on the sink. I'm gonna go ahead and draw my X inside the sink. And then I like to show the drain location. So I'm gonna just, let's make this about that big. Go ahead and get rid of those two lines. So that's, I keep my sinks pretty simple. You can use the 3D warehouse to go and get sinks like that. But for me, I just draw sinks really quickly this way. So that's kind of how I like to do it. I'm gonna go ahead and hit my import button. I'll show you guys my SketchUp library. Why isn't it not opening? Let's go ahead and click into kitchen. I have a faucet here that I just like to use. It's just kind of my go-to. It just gets, it's a preliminary faucet that looks well with most kitchens. And if someone wants something a little bit more different, then I can, then I can get into that with the 3D warehouse. But for now, I'm just gonna go ahead and put my sink faucet there. And now let's go ahead and let's pop in I have a dishwasher ready to go. I'm gonna go ahead and get my DW. Where is my DW? There is my DW. I'm gonna go ahead and just stack that guy right there. We have to get a range. I'm gonna go ahead and import. I think I did this 36-inch wolf. And Google 3D Warehouse or SketchUp Warehouse, they have a lot of models on there if you're looking for a wolf or Sub-Zero fridges, things like that. They do have a ton of brands, Thermador, Wolf. I can't think of all the brands right now, but they do have a ton, GE, LG, tons of different options for you guys there. So it looks like my model is thinking. Let me see what's going on here. Apparently doesn't like the wolf. Does not like the wolf range. So we'll see if we can get that back. I did say we're going to need maybe one more thing here. I want to go and get a bar stool real quick. So we're going to put some bar stools at that island. Probably something that's not very busy. I'm just going to take this cool metal one because it doesn't have a back. So it's a tight kitchen. So you're probably going to want something a little bit more, not as bulky, I would say. All right, so there's our range. So let's go ahead, move that guy down. And what else do we need? We need probably need some cabinet handles, huh? Let's go ahead and get some cabinet handles. And I'm just going to copy and paste what I already made. And then we're almost done, guys. So I want to thank you for hanging out with me during this video. Again, I'm kind of new. I mean, I've been doing a lot of YouTube videos on other channels for a long time, but I haven't really shown my SketchUp stuff. So I apologize if I seem a little bit my design process, or if something seems weird. If you guys do have a question or about why I'm doing something, please let me know in the comments if I can better serve you. I kind of just, after doing SketchUp for so long, I kind of want to just start sharing, everything that I do. I know a lot about Google SketchUp. I also know a lot about layouts, that's where and I'll make a video on that too soon, but that's where you take your SketchUp 3D model and you turn it into a set of construction documents, plans, elevations, things like that. So that's where it gets kind of fun, and SketchUp layouts is one of the most important aspects as a professional using SketchUp. So there we go. That's our bank of cabinets here. We do need a range hood yet. I'm just gonna go ahead and copy all this and just snag this guy and snap him into our model. And it does say here she wants a chimney hood above. So you can, I mean, if we wanted to, we can go into SketchUp and type in chimney hood and see what's good. So I can download any of these that I wish. Let's go ahead and let's download this simple chimney hood at 36 inches. Just for the sake of the time. I typically do just draw all my range hoods, just because I like to just, I don't know, quickly. I can quickly draw everything. I guess I'm trying to say. So I'm inserting the range hood into my model. Let's go ahead and get him in there. I'm gonna flip him in there. And how do we know we're on center here? Let me go ahead and get my center point for this range hood. And I want my range hood to be 30 inches off the countertop. So the bottom of it is at 30. I'm going to go ahead and just take my model now and just kind of slam it in there. I'll chop off the top of this guy. So let's just go ahead and get that there. And that is our range hood. Now, is this a 30-inch opening? My bad. So I did get a 30-inch cooktop or range top in here. So what I'm going to do now is let's actually shrink. We're going to shrink the range hood to mimic the 30 inches. So let's go ahead and just tool it up and scale it in that way. So there we go. We are now almost done to a full model. So what I'm going to do is let's go ahead and just kind of get a sky view of everything here. I mean, I believe I got everything off this thing, so I'm going to go ahead and just delete this from my model here. I got all the 2D stuff down there. I'll come back to that. I wouldn't mind getting a floor texture on here. I did go ahead and find mine already. I have a wood texture that I'd like to use on a lot of my floors, but I need it to be running the other way, actually. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to try and flip it and see if that works. And it's weird because Mac versus PC, like, the programs are very similar, but they do kind of things differently. And this one's kind of quirky, but there we go. I'm able to get that floor running in the other direction. I'm gonna go ahead and actually quick do that in my other model too. And now we can kind of do the fun stuff. I want to show you guys how to set up some scenes. I'm going to show you guys how to use the follow me tool. Let's go ahead and first of all, now that we have this all in there, I'm going to first let's actually get a fridge put into there as well. And then all of our appliances will be taken care of. And then we're going to start getting into some scenes. And that is like when we have a client come and look at the model, that's basically just the buttons that you see there at the top of the screen here, all these buttons that allow us to show off the model. So I'm going to go ahead and hit top view. I'm just going to hide the rest of the stuff here. I'm going to hit zoom extents. And there we go. Let's go ahead and click on our window tool scenes. I'm going to hit new scene. And I'll call this 3D plan 2. 3D plan 2. And I'm going to duplicate that right away and say return to 3D plan 2. Okay, and from here, let's go ahead and go to Tools, Section Plane. I'm going to pop another section into this wall. I'm going to highlight that one, and I'm just going to move it to where I kind of want it. Right about there looks good. Let's go ahead and hit the front view and hide the section planes and hit zoom extents. And there we go. Now we're looking at a front view here of our fridge. Just for the view, I'm gonna go ahead and hide the island just because it makes it look a little nicer. And then let's go ahead, let's hide that microwave too. Don't need a floating microwave there. I'm gonna go ahead and hit new scene. And we'll call this, I guess, number 7 there if I'm keeping in with the numerical order of things. Let's go ahead and set up the next scene. I'm going to go ahead and hit Tools, Section Plane, and I want to cut through that wall. Go ahead and highlight that one, and we'll just kind of push this in a little bit. Something right there looks good. Let me go ahead and hit the right button and hit section planes hidden. Now I want to get my island back in there. So I'm going to go ahead and hit unhide all, and my island pop back in there. I'm gonna hide that in the background there. So my island's back in there now. Let's actually go ahead and hide that fridge. It's a little annoying to see the fridge there. Actually, can we slice this a little bit? You know what? Let's go ahead and leave it like that. Now that we are looking at this view, let's go ahead and import, because we had bench stools that we wanted at the back of the island. And now that I'm looking at it, let's go ahead and put those benches in there, or the stools in there. So there's my bar stool. It's thinking. What's cool too now is that we're doing all these cutscenes. I mean, I'm starting to see what I need to finish the model with. Like, we still need some crown molding. We need to throw some tile on the back of the walls. I see some countertop overhangs that I need to address. Just some simple things like that. But otherwise, like, our model is most of the hard work is done. We're just setting up scenes and making it look pretty at the moment right now. So I'm getting this bench, or this, not this bench, but this, let's get some bar stools in here. Looks like we can sit 2 people comfortably here at the island. I just kind of went with this like cool metallic industrial look. But let me go ahead and hit camera again, standard view right, we'll zoom extent. And just for the sake of everything, I'm just gonna group the chairs together. And let's go ahead and hit a new scene, and we'll call this number 8. Now I like to hide the island in this next scene. Let's go ahead and hide the island, hit another scene here, and show them scene number 9. I'm actually gonna hide that as well. Scene number 9, and then that just gives them a full look at this wall. And now that we're here, let's go ahead and get some tile on the wall. I'm just going to use my rectangle tool. We'll kind of start here, actually. I'm going to go there. I want to go up, and I'm kind of just sketching in where I want the tile to go. So now I have this whole area selected. There is some cool tile like if you just go to patterns, you can just import all kinds of patterns and whatnot here. I actually have one that I was using earlier. I'm just going to default to that one. I think it's this one right here. Let me go ahead and just paint that in there. And that's my subway tile. So we got subway all the way to the ceiling. That looks very good like that. And yeah, we'll come back to the crown, but that's looking really, really good there. I like that elevation quite a bit. Let me go ahead and return to 3D plan, and we're gonna go back to our tools. Let's hit section plane, and now we're gonna be looking at the island. Just kind of move that there. And if you guys are still watching, let me know in the comments, like what are you watching SketchUp videos for? Are you a student? Are you someone who just knows SketchUp a little bit and you want to learn more? What brought you to the video here? I'm just curious about the audience and how I could better serve you guys going forward. So I'm just creating a scene here, and again, I like to kind of that one we'll leave in there like that, but let's keep it moving here. We have one more scene that I want to set up. So that's a section looking the other way here. And we'll kind of chop it right there. All right. I think I feel like I missed one. Let me actually go back here. So turn to plan 2. So 3D plan 2, we're going to get in here to number 7. I'm going to hide that chair, update that. Let's look at number 8. There we go. That's a good view of the back of the island, and it's just a nice open view of the sink wall. I'll turn the corner. I see what we missed. So we kind of just missed a view looking looking this way at the new bench. an island. So let's just get another slice in here. Let me hit back. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I believe it's scene number 10. There we go. So number 10. We'll make that one number 11 so you can see the beautiful bench there. And then we'll finish up with, how do I see my section planes? We'll finish up with that one. And then from there, I believe we have all of our scenes done. So scene number 12, just push that up there. And yeah. There we go. Okay, so we have all of our buttons ready to go. Now I want to show you guys how to, let's get that crown molding stuff out of the way. So I could import a crown molding that I have. You can also find a simple crown profile, on the 3D warehouse. I'm going to say crown molding. You can find profiles here very easily if you want one. Just a quick one. I'm just gonna show you guys how I like to draw one real quick. I'm just gonna draw one 3 inches out. Basically, I'm just drawing a 3-inch square. I'm gonna come down half an inch, come down half an inch, make my little thing there. I'm gonna grab the circle tool and boom. Now let's erase all these extra lines we don't need. And then there we go. That's my crown. Now I'm going to copy that and I'm going to put one here. I'm going to put one over here. I'll come back to those guys. But now in order to use, so I want the crown to wrap around on the top here. So I'm going to grab my pencil tool and I'm just kind of drawing where the path that I want it to go. And then from there, let's go ahead and hit tools and then follow me. I'm going to highlight my crown. And then you see from there, now it's going to start to follow where I laid down these lines, which is very cool. You just guide your mouse and very simple. So I can make a separate video on the follow me tool if you guys do need some help. One of the best tools in SketchUp and one of the trickier ones to get learning as a beginner. So kind of fun, but definitely check out the follow me tool. I'm going to go ahead and just pop this one in for the pantry. Let me get him lined up there. And again, I'm just going to trace the outline of where I want the crown to go. Tools, follow me. Let's go ahead and sometimes you click on it and it just goes by itself. I'm just clicking back and I'm just going to do that there. I'm going to make it a group and then we'll just paint him up. And let's move it to the last little guy here. I'm going to just turn him so he's good to go. And get him in his spot. Tools, follow me. And voila. Cool. And now I think what else is left? Are we almost done here? So we have everything looks good from a aerial bird's eye view. Let me just kind of click through these scenes again. We could use some tile back here as a backsplash. So I'm just gonna pop in my square there. Let's just flick that guy back there. Cool. And let's go ahead and hit number 8. So now we're just spinning around the room. Things are looking good here. Let me go ahead and hide that crown. It looks like I need an overhang here on my C-top. And then, I mean, that's pretty much looking good. Maybe we'll throw some paint on the wall and call it a day. But these are my scenes. The model looks good to go. I'm excited about how it turned out. Let's go ahead and paint the walls here. So I'm just clicking into the model and I got my walls highlighted there. Again, I have a bunch of paint textures that I went and downloaded already. So I can kind of just rifle through these. I'm going to select crushed ice just because I know it looks good and it's going to probably complement the wood palette color there. So I'm just going to paint everything in this nice kind of brushed white look. Get all my walls painted there. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Now you got this really cool 3D model. You can show people, you can show clients, show your friends. You can we could begin to render this if we really wanted to. But that's the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. And you guys, again, if you guys have any other questions or if you guys need a specific, a specific question answered in a separate video, please let me know. I'm just starting to do this, and I think it's a lot of fun just to help everybody out. So thank you guys for your time. We'll see you guys in a future video. Thanks. Peace.